Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is a cleaning video and I am doing a kitchen deep clean. Penelope woke up the moment I set her in her crib, so I'm just hoping she goes back to sleep. But here I'm just starting by putting away all the dishes I had to put away and then just picking up all the mess around the kitchen before I start to actually clean the kitchen. Okay, so this type of deep cleaning is not something I do all the time in my kitchen, but I do feel like doing it once in a while. It really helps you keep your kitchen clean and do your everyday cleaning a little bit easier. And also, I don't know, I know you guys know what I'm talking about, like when you just don't clean like the cabinets around your kitchen or on top of your fridge, or even some stuff that you don't clean on a regular basis, they start getting that like film from like cooking and stuff. So that's what I'm talking about. But here I'm just starting by cleaning my microwave really good, and all I'm using is some good old water and soap and just going in with a sponge, and then I'm just wiping it down with my little German chamois. And guys, I just wanted to tell you that I do link as much as I can of what I use in the description box, so make sure you guys check that out, because everything I use, or most of the stuff I use, I tag them right there so you guys could just get them. I know I get tons of questions on stuff I have or use, so make sure you check that out. Once I'm all done with the interior of the microwave, I'll go ahead and climb on my counters and start cleaning my kitchen from top down. I'll start by cleaning the top of my fridge, and as you can tell, it's a bit dirty, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. Dust and grease from cooking just gets stuck to everything that you don't regularly clean, so that's why I'm doing this deep cleaning. And I'm also vacuuming the top of my counters just to make sure there's no dust webs or anything like that up there. Then I'll just go ahead and clean my cabinets with the 7th generation wood cleaner. I love the way this smells. It smells so good. And then I'm also cleaning the top of my microwave and the top cabinets with a multi-surface cleaner first, and then the wood cleaner, just to get rid of whatever grease might be stuck up there. And then I'll just go ahead and finish the rest of the cabinets. Once we're all done with the cabinets, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my counters. I'm just putting apart my Keurig, and then I'm gonna wipe it down. I am using a multi-surface cleaner. This one is the Miss Myers in the honeysuckle scent. And with that same cleaner and my little chamois, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the counters and also make sure I get the walls. And in my diffuser, if you're wondering, I put some orange, lime, and peppermint. And I also made sure I clean my little block where my knives hang out. And here I'm just washing the parts to my coffee machine. This I do try to do at least once a week, just to make sure it's nice and clean. And also this cutting board is just pretty much for decoration. I don't really use it, but I'm still washing it because it does tend to get dirty. Once everything is back on its place on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the stove. And I did clean the stove after breakfast a little bit, but right now I'm just gonna polish it and give it a good clean. I'm using this Pledge to clean any of the stainless steel parts. I take off all the buttons so I could get really in them, and then I just wipe them down with my little chamois that had the multi-surface cleaner. And then I am using this glass top polish, and this just makes it super shiny. And I do like to use paper towels for this because I feel like they give me the best result. So once that's done, I'll go ahead and use the same multi-surface cleaner to clean the glass on the stove and also the stainless steel. Now moving on to the other side, I'm just gonna get everything off the counter, and then I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna wipe down my paper towel holder, wipe down the counters with the same spray, and also the walls and the plugs. Make sure everything is nice and clean. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe down my little fall decorations I have there and put everything back in its place. And I'm also going to be cleaning the side of my fridge. I'm getting rid of whatever paper it's been hanging there that I don't need anymore, and then just wiping the fridge down as well. Here I'm just washing Penelope's little drying rack. I love these little drying racks, but you do gotta make sure you clean them, because even though you're just drying stuff and it's just water, the bottom could get dirty, so make sure you clean these often. But I also link that in the description box if you guys are wondering which one it is. Here I'm just wiping down the bottom of my microwave with a multi-surface cleaner. This is also where the vents for my stove top are. So you want to make sure you get this really clean, because if you don't ever clean it, then it's like impossible to get clean. The place I used to live at before here, whoever lived there before me didn't clean it, and it was almost impossible for me to get it clean once I moved in there. So make sure you clean that, guys. And now I'm just polishing the rest of my cabinets on this side of the kitchen and also the island. Again, I'm using the Pledge to clean the front of the dishwasher because it's stainless steel. And then I'm moving on to my garbage can, and this one is also stainless steel, but before I clean it with the Pledge, I'll go ahead and clean it with a Clorox wipe, the inside and outside, just to make sure everything is disinfected and killed. And then I'll go back with my Pledge and a dry towel and polish it off. Now moving on to my least favorite part of cleaning the kitchen, it's cleaning my fridge. I do take out whatever needs to be thrown out every time it's garbage night, but I feel like when I do the deep cleaning of my fridge, then I get rid of anything that I haven't used or anything that is out of date or stuff that I just don't look at like every day. But I hate cleaning the fridge. I don't know why. It's just something I don't like doing, but something that needs to get done once in a while. First things first, I'll go ahead and start emptying the fridge, and while I empty the fridge, I'll get rid of whatever needs to be thrown out and whatever needs to put down the garbage disposal. And once that's done, I'll go ahead and start cleaning the fridge. And I could take these shelves down and then just wash them under the sink, but that's just like too much work. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe them down, but I am using my little sponge with some soap and water and then just wiping them down with my chamois just to make sure that there's no soap left and they're nice and clean. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and start putting everything back in, and I also take out the drawers just so I could wash them under the sink, because I feel like the drawers are the ones that get the dirtiest. That's where I keep all like the produce and vegetables and stuff like that. My fridge is pretty empty. I do have to go food shopping. I like to go food shopping once I do this. That way I know what I need and what I don't need. And yeah, actually my fridge looks empty all the time. I feel like it's either too big or we just don't keep enough stuff in the fridge. Maybe when Penelope gets bigger we'll have more stuff, but for the most part, if I'm being honest, it's pretty empty. And here on the shelves I'm just pretty much doing the same thing, but here I just do one at a time. I'll empty out a shelf, wipe it down, and then just put everything back in. Once this is done, I'll go to the sink, put down the garbage disposal, whatever food I got rid of, and then I'm just washing the drawers. And for the drawers, I'm just using soap and water and my sponge, and then just drying them up and putting them back in. As much as I hate to clean the fridge, I do love to see it after I'm done because everything is so nice and organized, and then it makes me want to go food shopping. I'm not gonna clean my freezer today because I had a spill the other day, so I cleaned it. But usually if I'm doing a deep cleaning, I will also clean the freezer. And yeah, now I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe the outside of the fridge with the Pledge multi-surface cleaner because it's great for the stainless steel. And I'm moving on to my sink. Here in the sink, I'm gonna start by washing my little sponge holder caddy. I get tons of questions on this caddy, and I linked the exact one in the description box for you guys. I found mine at HomeGoods, but I also found it on Amazon, so you guys could go ahead and check the description box and get it from there. Then I'm just washing the sink with my soap and water and my sponge, but then I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of Clorox cleanup down the drain just to disinfect it. I don't do this a lot, just when I do a deep cleaning. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of this Comet, and again I'm gonna just scrub it with a sponge and then just rinse it all out. Once the sink is nice and clean, I put everything back and just place new sponges in there and move on to the last piece of my kitchen, which is the island. And as usual, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it with my little multi-surface cleaner and my chamois. You guys know that I first do this and then I go with a dry towel and wipe it down just to make sure there's no streaks. But because I am doing a deeper clean today, I'm gonna also go ahead and clean it with a vinegar cleaner. So once I'm done with the multi-surface cleaner and then the dry rag, I'll go ahead and spray the vinegar. But for this, you do gotta do it pretty quick and also make sure you dry it right away. That way it doesn't mess up the granite. And I do feel like this vinegar is great because it's just vinegar and water. It's all natural, and it also does get rid of whatever water stains might be on your granite. And it does leave my granite looking super shiny. So I do it by parts. I'll spray it, then go ahead with a wet towel, and then I'll go ahead and dry it. And look at how shiny the granite turns out, and it's super clean. And then I'll use the same spray on my little water faucet because that could have a lot of water stains, and this vinegar and water solution just gets rid of everything, as you could see. And that's about it. Then I'm all done. Kitchen is nice and clean. I'll go ahead and vacuum and mop. I'm not doing it on camera because I ended up doing that later in the day. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you some ideas and motivation. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next time. Bye.